All right, guys, good morning. Today is Tuesday, so we're going to be reading pages 424 to 29. We're going to be going over your comprehension strategy and skill, your genre and your vocabulary strategy, and our writing practice so that you guys can write better writing paragraphs. We're also going to be working on your turn practice workbook, doing your fluency reading. And then at the end of class, you guys are going to be working on your 5 things. Don't forget, after PE, everyone needs to come back for math at 10:15. We're going to be reviewing and also taking a benchmark for topics 5 through 8. So we're just going to kind of review what we've learned in 2nd grade and then test each other on it. And then at the on Friday, we're going to take an end of the year test to see how well you guys have done on all of our different topics. We've got lunch. Then after lunch, I'm meeting with my ELD students as well as all of you guys who have missing work. And I told you guys at the beginning of class, if you have missing or incomplete assignments that you need to take, everyone else, you're working on read theory on your own. So you still have work to get completed. And then you're working on your art, health, social, emotional learning activity, and then reading any book you would like for 20 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our little book, our reading writing workshop. If you have that book in your vicinity, you can go ahead and take it out and then turn to the page so you're following along with us. I'm going to be using McGraw-Hill. I'm going to be going to the little book, page 424 to 429. The way that I find my little book is I know that my little book is the story that we read yesterday, which is Pedal Power. And then I'm going to just turn to the page.
Reread. As you read, you may come across words, facts, or explanations that are new to you. Stop and reread these parts to be sure you understand them. Find text evidence. After reading page 422 of Pedal Power, I wasn't sure how pedaling a bike makes electricity. I'll reread the page to find out. Bicycle-powered energy. Here's how bicycle-powered energy works. When a student pedals the bike, the rear wheel spins. The wheel spins the generator. The generator produces electricity. As long as the student pedals the bicycle, electricity flows, or runs, through the generator. The electricity can be used right away. This energy can also be stored in a battery. It can be used later. Teachers can haul, or carry, laptop computers to the battery and plug them in for power. I read that pedaling a bike makes the wheel spin. The wheel spins the generator, which turns the energy into electricity. Now I understand how a bike makes electricity. Author's purpose. Authors write to answer, explain, or describe. As you read, look for clues to the author's purpose. Find text evidence. As I read What is Energy on page 421 of Pedal Power, I'll look for clues that help me figure out the author's purpose. I'll write the clues in my chart. Graphic organizer. Clue. Author explains that energy can come from the sun, wind, water, and people.
Let's look at our genre.
Expository text. Pedal Power is an expository text. Expository text gives facts and information about a topic. Can include text features. Find text evidence. I can tell that Pedal Power is an expository text. It gives information about people using bicycles to produce energy. It also has text features. Text features. Subheadings tell what a section of text is about. A diagram shows how something works. The labels give the names of parts or tell about actions. Paragraph clues. You can use paragraph clues to figure out the meaning of a new word. Think about what you learned from the whole paragraph and use words you know to help you understand the new word. Find text evidence. To figure out what the word transferred means, I look at other sentences in the paragraph. Paragraph clues help me understand that transferred means moved from one place to another. You use your legs to push the pedals. Your energy is transferred to the bike. This shift of power or energy makes the bike move.
All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to be looking at a paragraph that a student wrote. This student is Hector. He is a second grader just like you guys, okay? His teacher said, explain some ways people can use bicycle-powered energy. Use text evidence to support your answer. So this is what Hector wrote. He wrote this paragraph and he got 100% on it. He gave real facts. He used information from the story to explain how people use energy. He used content words. He chose important words that were used in the story. And so he spelled them correctly too, like the word generator. That was a story that he learned in the story and he used it in his essay. He chose specific details from the text to make his explanation clear. Okay, so let's read what he wrote.
Bicycle-powered energy is great. When people ride bicycles, the energy in their legs makes the back wheel spin. The back wheel can turn a generator. The generator transfers the energy to a battery, or the energy can be used right away. The energy that comes from a bicycle can run a small television, a fan, and even a laptop. In the selection, students use bicycle power to run computers at their school. Using bicycles to charge computers sounds like a fun way to power up.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and now we're going to move on to your turn practice workbook. Okay, we are in our your turn. Ooh, what did I just do? We are in our your turn workbook. We're going to be working on pages 263 to 265. If you don't have your turn workbook on you, you can use Kami by going to Google Classroom, clicking on classwork, scrolling all the way down to ELA, and then clicking on your turn workbook pages, and then clicking open with Kami. If you have your book, you can just turn to page 263. To 265. There we go. Ocean energy. So remember, we always start off with our fluency reading. Okay, I want to see that your guys' fluency reading is getting better and better every week. Okay, so how do you get to your fluency reading? You go to Google Classroom, you click on your fluency score, reading scores Tuesdays. You can scroll all the way down or you can click view assignment, and then you're going to open up your fluency score sheet. Okay, once you guys open that up, you need to scroll all the way down till you get to Unit 6, Week 2. We're on AC. Now, this is an empty one because this is the copy, but when you guys do this one, you guys should see growth. So I would like to see that from how many words you read in the beginning of the year till now, you guys should be able to read more words. If you are reading the same amount of words or less, then that tells me that you need to practice your reading more. So that means that you need to be doing your read theory more. You need to be reading a book every day. You need to be practicing your reading skills. Maybe you need to be reading out loud more often, because I should see growth. Maybe you read 80 words at the beginning of the year, and now you could read 100 words. Okay, there needs to be growth in how much you can read since we've been in school for almost, or for what, 160 days now. So if you're not growing in your reading, then you need to practice that more. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do my first read. I'm going to put on my 1-minute timer. All right, ready? We use energy every day to do work. With energy, we can turn on I don't know the word, so I'm going to underline it the first time. Heat a home, cook food, and run a computer. Much of our energy comes from coal, oil, and gas. I don't know the word. Some of our energy comes from the sun and the wind. One day, we might even get our energy from the ocean. Yes, energy can come from the ocean. There are not many ocean power plants right now, but the ocean is a big source of energy. Tidal energy. The ocean has high and, I'm going to try sounding it out. Low tide. So I don't have to underline it because I said it. This means the water rises and, I don't know the words, I'm going to skip it, every 12 hours. This tidal energy can be used to make power. When high tide flows into, so I got to 2. Okay, Maylee, make sure you're paying attention. So because I got to 2, I'm going to go to the beginning of that line, which is 110, and then I'm going to count on 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116. So I read 116 words. So I'm going to put that on page 265. Now I need to count how many words I skipped. So I skipped light, gas, and falls. So I skipped 3 words. I made 3 mistakes. Can anyone unmute and tell me what is 116 minus 3?
113. 113.
Very good, Ava and Sierra, 113. Now, am I done? Can I just go back and do my second read now?
No.
No, what do I need to do now?
Go into your fluency reading scores.
I need to go into my fluency reading scores, and under AC Unit 6 Week 2, I need to write 113. Okay, that's what you guys need to do. And then you click out of the box. Unit 6 Week 2, it's going to be AC. All right, guys, you guys are going to do your first reading now. Are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go. And time. Stop reading. Go ahead and record how many words you read. Put it on page 265. And then you're going to record it in your fluency scores. All right. I'm going to do my second read while you guys are finishing that up. We use energy every day to do work. With energy, we can turn on a light, heat a home, cook food, and run a computer. Much of our energy comes from coal, oil, and I still don't know the words. I'm going to cross it out this time. Some of our energy comes from the sun and the wind. One day, we might even get our energy from the ocean. Yes, energy can, I don't know that word, from the ocean. There are not many ocean power plants right now, but the ocean is a big source of energy. Tidal energy. The ocean has high and low tides. This means the water rises and falls every 12 hours. This tidal energy can be used to make power. When high tide flows into shore, the water is trapped behind a dam. The water is stored in a large pool. When low tide occurs, the water behind the dam is let out. The rushing water runs a machine inside the dam. The machine makes electricity. Ocean wave energy. The water in the ocean is always moving. The movement. All right, so this time I got to movement on the next page. Now, if I go to the beginning of that line, it's 169, which is the last word, so I'm going to count on. So movement would be 100 and what?
170.
Very good. Movement is 170. And then I think I only skipped 2 words, come and gas. So does anyone know what 170 minus 2 equals?
168.
Very good, 168. If your Cami is laggy, Russell, and you don't have your turn book, then you can just do it on a separate sheet of paper for now, and then I'll help you out afterwards. Nicholas, don't just put ... please. Okay, now the last thing I need to do is I need to put my score right here in my fluency reading. And then what do I have to do at the end? I have to click out of the box. If you have your turn, you can use your turn. You click out of the box so you can save your work. Okay, so that's what you guys are going to do right here. All right. Okay, now what you guys are going to be doing is you guys are now going to do your second read. Just go to the beginning. Are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go. Twenty seconds. Time. All right, that was your last read. So go ahead and put it here. And then don't forget to put it in your fluency reading scores. Don't forget to put it in your fluency reading score as well. You guys have, I'll give you guys 1 minute to get that all written down. Okay, gonna give you guys okay, let's go ahead and get started actually. All right, what is this passage about? What is one fact that the author includes about ocean energy? And what is another fact that the author includes about ocean energy? What is the author's purpose for writing this passage? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys need to stay on task. Give me 1 second, actually. Finish up. Make sure you guys wrote all your fluency scores. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, we use energy every day to do work. With energy, we can turn on a light, heat a home, cook food, and run a computer. Much of our energy comes from coal, oil, and gas. Some of our energy comes from the sun and the wind. One day, we might even get our energy from the ocean. Yes, energy can come from the ocean. There are not many ocean power plants right now, but the ocean is a big source of energy. Tidal energy. The ocean has high and low tides. This means the water rises and falls every 12 hours. This tidal energy can be used to make power. When high tides flows into shore, the water is trapped behind a dam. The water is stored in a large pool. When low tide occurs, the water behind the dam is let out. The rushing water runs a machine inside the dam. The machine makes electricity. Ocean wave energy. The water in the ocean is always moving. The movement of ocean waves can run a machine built to produce power. The waves move up and down inside the machine. They spin parts of the machine. The machine makes electricity. Heat energy. The water temperature on the ocean surface is warmer than below. That's because the sun heats the water on top. Deep below the surface, the water is very cold. This temperature difference creates heat energy. A power plant uses this heat energy to make electricity. The ocean is a giant source of energy. Maybe one day the ocean will power the world. So what is this passage all about? What is it all about, guys? You can say in 2 words. What is this passage all about? Can someone unmute and tell me? What do we learn about in this story?
Energy that comes from the ocean?
Very good. Ocean energy. Write that down. Everyone needs to write that down. Once you've written it down, you can put done in the chat. I'll make it so you guys can type. Right, ocean energy. Okay, next one. What is one fact that the author includes about ocean energy? So let's look. Yes, energy can come from the ocean. There are not many ocean power plants right now, but the ocean is a big source of energy. Okay, the ocean is a big source of energy. Let's write that. The ocean is a big source of energy. Write that down. Okay, next one. Ready? What is another fact that the author includes about ocean energy? The water in the ocean is always moving. The movement of ocean waves can run a machine built to produce power. Okay, so the movement of ocean waves can create power. The movement of ocean waves can create power. Okay, last one, okay? What is the author's purpose for writing this passage? Now, this is all about ocean energy. We learned that the ocean is a big source of energy. We learned that, the ocean is always going to be there. And the ocean is constantly moving. The ocean is huge and it's constantly moving. It's strong. So let's read the conclusion. It says, the ocean is a giant source of energy. Maybe one day the ocean will power the world. So what is the author's purpose for writing this passage? So a lot of our energy resources like coal and oil, once you use it up, it's gone forever, right? So we want to be able to save some of those different resources. However, the ocean is here to stay. And when we use up the ocean, when we use the waves, we don't get rid of the waves. We're just letting it cycle through the water, kind of like the sun energy. When we absorb the sun's rays into our solar panels, we're not using up all of the sun. It's going to still be there every single day. So then why would people want to use ocean energy? What is the importance of ocean energy? Can anyone unmute and tell me what they think?
To show ocean energy.
Okay, to show that, to show us what ocean energy is. That's good, because the author wants us to know what ocean energy is. Very good, because maybe you guys didn't know. So now, ocean energy is a reusable, renewable energy source. It's a reusable energy source that will help save our planet, right? Instead of using energy sources like coal, it is a reusable energy source that we can use to help save our planet. Thank you. All right, guys. So that is it for our your turn. The rest of the time, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using it to work on your 5 things. You need to work on your practice spelling, practice vocabulary, grammar mechanics, and your selfie writing. If you have missing work, you are going to need to stay and get that done now.